Our tea today is part of a monthly tea series that the museum has every year. The tea series started in the 1980s as a way to promote the museum to the general public, and it's now grown. We have 10 teas per year, running April through December, and each program consists of a light luncheon, of course tea, and a wonderful guest speaker. And each year we try to match our tea series themes with whatever the main museum exhibit theme is. So this year being World War I, all of our tea themes revolve around World War I. And even though that sounds like it might be kind of one note, it's really quite varied because the tea themes range from fashion to aviation to cathedral glass to music. So the topics are very broad in nature, but it's a good way to tie it all together to things that are of interest to people.
The marketing person is my next door neighbor, so she gave me a call and said, would you be willing to do one of our teas? The theme for the Historical Society this year is World War I, which to be honest is not my favorite time period, but I said yes, I would love to do that. I can talk about fashion, historic fashion for hours, so I was limited to 45 minutes. So I said yes, I'd love to do that. I'd love to share the articles from our costume collection, historic costume collection. I said I would love to bring those and show them and just show the detail that we're missing in today's fashion. I'm hoping they take away this knowledge of where we've been, to look at something as mundane as the clothing we wear and to think about 100 years from now, what are people going to be saying about our choices in our clothing and why we wear what we wear. Not only the fabric, the cut, the silhouette, how it influences our daily lives, the economy of the world, how is that influenced by the fabric and the clothing that we wear, that sort of thing. So looking to our history, it sounds cliche, but looking to the history to understand our present and to predict and understand the future and where we're going.
Our feature exhibit this year is called Over There, The Wood County Boys Are Coming, World War I, 1914 to 1918. Now, the United States entered the war in 1917, so it starts with a very brief overview of why World War I began, and then how the United States got involved in 1917. And then because we are the Wood County Museum, we take the focus down another level to talk about what was happening in Wood County, how the war affected our soldiers, and also how the war affected the people that were left behind. When people come to the exhibit at the Wood County Museum, they get to walk through an immersive experience of what it was like to be a part of World War I. It starts with a basic overview of the war, but then it walks the Wood County soldier through the process. So as a visitor, you get to go to the draft office, fill out a draft card, feel what it was like to be drafted, see what types of clothing you were issued. There's actually a trench that was built in conjunction with the VGSU Theater Department, and you can walk through the trench and sort of immerse yourself in that experience. And then once you get through the trench, you get to go through other sections of the exhibit that hit more local aspects, and then learn a little bit about some of the organizations that were formed because of the war efforts. Things that we know today, like the Red Cross or Victory Gardens, things that are familiar to us now, we can tie back to that history of World War I. We are the Wood County Historical Museum, so we do try to have all of our exhibits have some sort of connection to Wood County. However, we also want to show how that fits in with the bigger picture. So with World War I, for example, we chose that topic because the United States entered World War I in 1917, so this was the 100th anniversary of United States entering the war. So it just made for a natural connection. And other institutions were also doing different World War I programs. So it's, as a community, it's nice when we're all doing things collectively and we can network with each other and market our programs together. Coming up, Wood County was going to be celebrating its bicentennial. So of course we'll do a history of Wood County, and our exhibits will kind of revolve around that. Other than that, we have the opportunity to be as flexible as we want. We're not a historic house museum. This building was the county infirmary, and it was in operation from 1869 to 1971. 102 years is a long time to have a history. So that gives us a lot of opportunity to tap into a lot of different resources and tell our history in lots of different ways.
This was a great event. The Wood County Historical Society did an amazing job with their display on World War I, as well as having these teas about different topics about World War I. The Historical Society is a wonderful place, a wonderful building. It's just a great place to be.